Today's video is speaking the hell up, okay? And I thought, what better way to start it than sharing examples of when you need to speak the hell up. Obviously, this topic touches on boundaries, right? And self-confidence and maintaining your mental health and all that good jazz. However, I have come across the opportunity to share the kind of like a wake-up call. Okay. So something that I posted a while ago was basically how I don't plan on exposing my child to the crazy things that may go on in adult life, right? And I say all that to say that growing up in various cultures, right? We know that mainly minority families, they trickle down the responsibilities of being a parent to the oldest. Hi, hello, I'm the oldest. And in this time period, right? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to sugarcoat it. In this period of time, basically, they are taking on the responsibilities that they probably shouldn't. I don't plan on doing that with my child. And I think that something that I've come across, right, is a lot of people my age have also experienced this cultural expectation. And I don't know what it is with people in my culture, but feeling the need to tell you how to raise your child. And that would be something that I found myself coming across more and more in terms of speaking up. Something else that I have come across is people in my time. I'm very nice. I'm very kind. I spend a lot of time trying to appease everyone else's dreams, appease everybody else's comfort, when in reality, it should be F them and move on with my life. So that is another factor I will be discussing in speaking the hell up. Okay, so I did post the questions based on this topic on my page, and I did get someone to respond. That was what I was talking about in the last video that I was speaking on too early, but her comment was her mother. And oh my gosh, can I relate? I can definitely relate, and that is something that I had to learn as I moved out. My confidence in my stability was much higher when I was gone as opposed to trying to be there and stand up for myself. Um, and again, this goes to cultural things that I'll definitely try and talk about. But other than that, that is what we're gonna talk about, y'all. We're gonna try and get into speaking the hell up without making it so focused on mental health specifically. Obviously, if you know, you know what you need to focus on when it comes to your mental health. You know what you need to focus on in sense of just setting your boundaries and maintaining your own confidence and understanding. But I'm not going to waste my time telling you that. You need to identify that. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about speaking the hell up. I am Jaysa. This is just Jaysa. Hi, welcome back. So, I am trying to understand the necessity to speak up, right? We already know that in certain positions, right, you already have to speak up as just getting your point across, getting your validation across, or even just what's it called? Setting your standards for yourself. That could be in any situation, right? Your job. That could be your order at the drive-through. It could be anything like that. And I have found that I am really nice. And this does not just go to interacting with people. It is for myself. Okay, so I'm really nice to myself when it comes to not holding myself accountable or pushing the boundaries or getting myself out of the comfort zone. Or even when I'm doing something wrong within myself that I know, I'm really nice. Okay. And when it comes to people and actually engaging in conversation, business deals, I am not very confident. I am good at pointing it out after the fact, but I'm not good at making sure that I am.
So you can imagine, I'm absolutely livid. I recorded so much, and none of it got fucking heard. I'm like talking my little ass off, feeling all la di da. I was trying to get some damn behind the scenes with my phone while recording on my tablet. And of course, as soon as I turn my phone off from recording, what does it do? Fucking stops recording my voice. So here I am, spilling some gems, sharing y'all my life about this topic, and I have none of it. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let her continue to talk while I go ahead and tell y'all about my life. So basically, in this video, I was just gonna say that speaking up is so difficult for me, and it's something I had to learn because I was so hesitant and I made myself very small, right? So I would get in these positions and understand, okay, either someone made me uncomfortable, someone pissed me off, or I just had to kind of assert myself basically. And I think the misconception about that is that when you're speaking up, you have to be rude. And that's just not true. So something that at least that I've learned in this situation is that although there are going to be times where it's hard or it's with someone that puts you in a position to make yourself feel small, it doesn't mean that you should not be practicing it. And again, as my beautiful self is talking, she's basically saying how in my life I have always had that issue when it came to family members, right? So, outsiders, strangers, coworkers, friends, I never had an issue. Shit, relationships, I've never had an issue saying how I felt the way it needed to be said or even the way it shouldn't be said. But when it came to my family, it's always been very difficult because I always felt like I wasn't allowed to speak up or I wasn't in a position of maturity, quote unquote, to say what I needed to say. And like I mentioned in the intro, my time gets wasted a lot. My patience, my boundaries get tested a lot because I do not assert my boundaries. I do not assert myself. So then I get in this cycle of people seeing me as the giddy, playful, oh, that's just how she is type of person, when in reality, I just don't want to go there with someone. Okay, so that's the negative side of what I'm trying to say. But when I flip it and I focus on the more positive and the more up, I guess, yeah, we'll say upper hand, uphill type of mentality. It does take a lot of understanding of your triggers, your self awareness, making sure that you know your limits, right? I talk about this a lot because for me, it is huge in how I operate. I saw a post with Tabitha Brown where she was talking about how God put you in a position basically to provide grace. And instead of us sitting in a position of kind of dwelling on it and constantly trying to figure out, oh, we should have said this, we should have did that, we should really hone in on the fact that we were capable of giving grace. I used to be that person. I have my moments still. Like I said, I'm never perfect, but I do get to that point where I am trying to figure out why I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it in that moment. Because in reality, me giving grace shows more maturity than me going off on that person. So when we think about speaking the hell up, that is not always with your words. Sometimes it's with your actions. Sometimes it's with your silence. And as an adult, as we learn these traits, right? You have to understand the different ways that it can be portrayed. Because again, we think when we get to this adult stage that the entire point of it is to be able to just pop off at the mouth, and that's being an adult. That's not the case. So when I really focus on this topic and I remember different experiences I've had with people in my life, when I think about stories I've heard from other people, as well as thinking about the comment I had on the question I post throughout the week, it is interesting to me how we are all in the same boat but don't really know how to handle it. And we don't understand that it's important for us to, again, focus on ourselves. Something else that is huge for me is blaming. I do not like blaming. So when we get in this position again to try and speak up, we try and say, oh, it's because you did this or it's because you made me feel like this. That's cool. You can feel like that all you want. But in reality, we also have to accept our responsibility. And a lot of that comes with not blaming someone else for something that was done to you or because you allowed that position to make you feel some type of way. So, I say all that to say I am pissed. If I'm speaking the hell up, I am going against technology. This mic shit is probably not going to be in my next video because every time I use it, I mess something up. Anyway, that was just my quick rant. I really want to make sure I reiterate because I think that this topic, I was like on a fucking roll, y'all. I was on a roll and I'm blown. But to flip it, right? So we have to think about people that either make us uncomfortable or make us comfortable, right? So, like I said, my issue was with people that made me comfortable, meaning family, meaning people that I held to a very high standard. But when I think about it, I know that it's a huge thing nowadays for us to make ourselves feel small in room full of people that we may think is better than us, basically. Sorry, y'all, words ain't working right now. That are better than us, and basically we find a way to make us feel likable, right? So we get in this position where we're not stating why we're there. And I think that that's another important factor to add into this topic, right? So, stating your value is a form of speaking up. And you don't have to do it in such a negative, harsh way, right? So, something that's huge with women of color is how aggressive we are. And it's always, again, taken out of context because it's not presented properly. We take advantage of that and we just use our blaming and our reasoning for how we address things and people to justify how we are. When in reality, you can assert yourself in the most graceful way possible. You can assert yourself with being direct by using a tone that is able to be digested and still get your point across. But because, again, we hold on to this stigma of, oh, we have a reason to do shit, we just continue to run with it and we're not correcting our habits. So, again, I don't want to push the narrative of, oh, speaking the hell up means you get to be aggressive, you get to be crazy and all this other shit. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I will never support that because, again, it is something I had to learn and it's something that I'm continuing to work on. But when it comes to this topic, I understand the difficulty of really letting someone know where you stand on something, whether they hear you or not. Having that confidence to know that you said what you needed to say, you asserted your boundaries, and you put yourself in a position to elevate, even if that person didn't take it well or doesn't want to move with you in order to make you both feel comfortable. You did your part, and that's very important, I feel, for us to really motivate each other into knowing, okay, this is a safe space. So thinking about my experiences that I really wish I was able to share with y'all. I hate my mic was off. But I have learned a lot and I have a lot of people around me that have put me in positions to learn a lot. And it's crazy though, because after I recorded this, I actually talked to my mom and we were just kind of discussing something about me as far as apologies. And I was always very, well, nowadays, I am very big on not receiving apologies. And it's not necessarily because I don't appreciate the effort, it's because I don't like it. It's a waste of my time, it's a waste of your time, especially because I believe that you're going to repeat behavior. I don't believe in apologies because I believe actions are more important. So when we're thinking of this idea of speaking up, how can you get in the habit of not constantly apologizing to yourself for some shit you should have done and just doing it? How can you get in the habit of not constantly letting yourself down because you kept allowing yourself to be put in a position to feel defeated, to feel small, to feel like you didn't do yourself justice? That was something that I got from this conversation. And like I told y'all, alignment is crazy around me because maybe it was for a reason that this audio got deleted. Maybe it was a reason that I needed to experience that conversation prior to posting this video. Who the hell knows? Am I still pissed? Yes. Yes, I am. But I think everything happens for a reason. And again, there were some things that I constantly go through in my day before I even get to the point of being able to record and not realizing how it's going to come up and be important for y'all later. So, I did have a part that came through. Here it comes. Bye.
Update on everything that's going on. We are in the second week of March, which is Women's History Month. Like I told y'all, we have an amazing women's panel coming up at the end of the month. I did not do the trivia thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of the things that y'all, we got to participate together. Okay, so we missed out, but I did go ahead and make the cute little cards with the questions on it. So I'll be posting it periodically on my story. So definitely check that out. I would love to see y'all's answers. That would be kind of fun. Maybe I'll make it a poll. Um, but this upcoming Monday is going to be the release of the SheEO contact list. On that contact list, y'all, it has every SheEO I've been able to talk to with their contact information, what they do. So if you're looking for certain services, boom, shakalaka, you got it. I have provided it for you. And they're all amazing, right? We've already seen our interviews and seen what they do. So definitely make sure you check that out on Monday. What else do I have going on? I have a new project that I am working on that will be dropping April 6th. The last week of this month, you will start to see the promotion for that, but I want to make sure that it's right and everything is put together before I tell you guys about it. But definitely, definitely tune in for that. It will be super dope. I'm excited for it. But other than that, you already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, like, share, comment, and come back for our next video on Saturday. All right, let's do this.